Good morning, Modern Steaders.
Good morning. It's gonna be a warm one.
It's 29 degrees out right now, and it's supposed to get up into the 40s today and tomorrow.
And that snow's gonna come off that roof.
It sure is. It's working on it right now.
Oh, it's already melting.
Right? I think we'll be working in t-shirts today up at the property. Hopefully we can get the sheetrock all done in our bedroom. I think that'll be fine as long as we don't hit any hiccups. We have a couple other little things we gotta do. I didn't get to run the wire the other day, so I gotta get that wire ran. And then we can get all of the walls and the rest of that slanted ceiling finished. So I'm looking forward to having that room done. Come on, Figaro.
So I learned a little trick on accident. So one day there was a little bit of hay that had fallen when we were bringing it to the goats. So I took that little piece of hay because I thought maybe Hope would want to eat it in the morning. Well, she doesn't necessarily eat it, but it makes her not be able to see, to be able to pick out all the sunflower seeds. So she has been eating her sunflower seeds and her grain, and not necessarily the hay, but it makes it so she can't see. So if you have some picky goats, maybe that's something you should try, because it really works. Good job.
Before we hang any sheetrock this morning, I want to run the wire up to the attic area for our outside exterior light. I'm afraid if we don't do that first, I'll forget and then the wall will get sheetrock. So I've already been drilling a few holes and I've already broken a sweat. I'm not used to this warmer weather. It's the one thing about living up north, and it gets extremely cold. I don't know if your blood thickens up or what, but you get used to it. And then when it starts to warm up, you get hot pretty quick. Now we get to go downstairs and start running that wire. Now that we made a mess. I would not have been happy with myself if I would have forgot to run this wire. Where are you? Alright, let's go check that. We got enough here, I think, to go up the wall. Now we just need some extra to go into the attic. That should be good. There goes a load. I wonder what they're leaving with now. Another load of chips. We've been having people ask us if it's really that exciting to watch 18-wheelers go by. And it is, because those 18-wheelers are coming from our property above where they're logging. And every load that is leaving is a product getting sold, so we can have some more money to put in to reinvest into the property. So, yeah, yeah, we get excited and it's interesting to see what's going by all the time. I was actually talking with one of the loggers and he was saying some of the trees that they're cutting down are 60 to 100 years old. So, they have definitely reached their life expectancy. Alright, let's get upstairs and get that wire pulled. Oh yeah, you can definitely feel the temperature difference up here. And our wire's over there. I'm gonna go over there and get it. That'll do. I'll have to bring a board, but I need to come up here and work, because that's not any fun. That's for sure. Ugh. Well, I'm glad we got this wire ran because I kept thinking, you know what, we're going to forget to run this wire and then we're not going to have a high outside light. Alright, so we're going to put our spacer blocks in. So we want to cut out openings we can. That's one of the things with doing everything. I'm always afraid I'm going to forget the step that I can't go back and do after. We have 2 remaining 12 footers we need to remove. We're going to get out of the second bedroom into the first bedroom. We're going to go in and then back behind this way. And now we can get in and get them on the lift. So this should be a little interesting. I think that's how it works. Now we can get the lift back out. I found if you don't put the sheetrock on the lift centered, it does this, which when you're going up in a tight spot, it can help you go up at an angle and then straighten it out so you gain room. But then when you go into put it all in position, you gotta tweak it to make sure you're straight. So that's why we're a little crooked here because we were off centered on the lift, so it makes it easier to put it in place. Then you just gotta go and fix it after before you screw it 100%. Yep. Towards the window. So you're on the other side of the sheetrock. A little more. There we go. Right here. Hold on. Fix that. All right. Alright, that's the last of the lift work in this room. We might need it once or twice in the hallway, but other than that, we're done with it upstairs. So we're gonna set it up on these 2x blocks, which is still low. You know, we'll have to hold it up. But if you need to set it down and rest it, you can. I'm gonna give you the inside. It's only an 8-footer. You're gonna lift it up. I'm waiting for you.
Hold my fingers. I always have my fingers in the way.
Okay, so I'm gonna slide it to you.
I got quite a bit.
I used to act kind of normal, I couldn't complain. Now it's never the same. I found myself picking pieces of my scattered brain.
Down lower. And then right where that hump is, right somewhere. No? Oh.
If I was only a fool, or if I was a man who could act kinda cool,
this little cubby will end up being one of our offices while we're using this as the house. Since we work from home, we need to have plenty of office space. My goal is to get this room all sheetrock today. We have finished up this wall, small piece here, small piece on the flat ceiling and the wall with the window on it. And that's it. So 3 full sheets and 2 more little pieces other than this one. I think we should be good. I'm really liking these line markers. Makes it so much faster to mark everything. And we know exactly where we need to roto-zip. Alright, so now I'm going to cut this one back to 47 and a half. So we want this side to be, let's see, 40 3/4. Had this piece up first, and then this roof piece could have went up even higher. I mean, it's not the end of the world, it's just a little bit more mudding I'll have to do to get a nice angle there, which is all doable. No wonder why I'm so hot. It's 68 degrees in here. We have a little propane heater downstairs running on low, and it's 68 degrees up here. That's pretty good. I shut the heater off, but I kind of want to warm up the whole core of the house just to kind of get all the bones nice and toasty. We're supposed to be warming up and staying the temperatures we're in right now, like say 20s and 30s at night. A few colder days, I think in 1 or 2 days, or 1 or 2 nights, I think I saw the temperatures below 0 again, but that's only for like 2 nights, then we're gonna be staying warm again. So if we can get in here toasty warm and just everything warmed up, the mud will dry a lot quicker, and we're gonna be mudding pretty soon. This room's almost done. We'll finish this up. 1 piece here, 1 piece over there. And then we can start on the hallway. And then once the hallway is done, we're gonna stop mudding the upstairs, get the upstairs all mudded and sanded and prepped. I don't know if we'll prime it and paint it or not, but we want to get the upstairs done. And then we'll move downstairs and start doing our rough wiring, our rough plumbing, and maybe we'll hook up the boiler at that point. It all just depends on the outside temperatures. I need to run a line from the outdoor boiler to the house, and I want to be able to bury that, and if the ground is still frozen, I can't bury it. So at this point, it's so late in the game, I want to wait to bury that line instead of just setting it on top of the ground and then having to go redo it come springtime. So we put up with it this long, not having heat. So my thinking is we'll just wait till we can dig that line. My goal was to have that all done before winter set in. I was hoping to have the outdoor boiler hooked up and have this whole house heated with that. But hey, things don't always work out. So you just kind of got to roll with the punches and figure things out as they go and just go with it. So we're getting close. Like, let's get that one piece cut, then that wall will be done, and we can get our other little piece finished up. Then we gotta take out the mule. We need to go for a ride and see what they're up to for logging. So somehow I got in the crack between this 3 2x6s right here, and I started cutting the line. That's gonna be covered with trim work, so it's not the end of the world. I'm just glad we didn't cut it all the way down to here, and then we would have to screw it back in as a filler. So that cut right there, that'll be fine. It'll get covered later on. So that is good. Let's get this piece up and in. Nice. Time to go up and check on the logging and see how far they've made it this week. We haven't had too much time to get up here, but we've been seeing the trucks go by, leaving with wood chips and logs, so it'll be interesting to see what it looks like up here. So it looks like they have moved down and they're closer to the house now, or at least the slashes down here. We'll have to get out, go up above and see what they're doing up there, because all the equipment's not down here yet. So it looks like we got a load of pulp and then a load of softwood ready to go. So this has been their landing so far, and it looks like we got a few piles of different kind of wood going on. Over here it looks like we have some ash, some white birch, some yellow birch, so that might be for firewood. And then over here, I think this is the same. Some popple, some yellow ash, some yellow birch, some more ash, popple, and maybe a pine log. And then over there we got our spruce and fir, a little pile of spruce and fir over here. So let's take a ride down the main trail and see what's going on down that way. So I think right now, right here, we are behind our pond with the dock. And then up here is gonna be where we started on the road. So this is the pond out in this area that we have the dock at.
Oh yeah.
So this is behind the pond. That area right out there where the opening is, that was all that big tall stand of spruce and fir. So we're thinking that will probably make a good pasture. And then maybe down here, we could have them connected. We could drive the animals from one pasture to another with these skidder trails. And maybe once we get down here, we're thinking maybe this can get opened up for pasture too and start working them that way. And then the goal is to have some bigger pastures like this, but then also in the wooded areas, turn them into silvo pasture. And what that means is to leave the trees, but have like bigger spacing in them so they can grow grass, and you can run your animals through the pasture and still grow trees, especially if we have our maple trees. So I've been hearing that they've been seeing a lot of deer out this way, and look at that. It's just loaded with deer tracks. So this is the area we were just driving past. And then the road is right over here. I don't know if you can see the top of that spruce and fir and that hard, I don't know if it's birch or something up there. That's the side of the road. So this is the area we were just driving by. So yeah, this would open up nicely and make a good pasture. And then I want to say they must have been cutting down that way back to where we saw the slasher and the log trailers. When I was talking to the loggers the other day, they were saying a lot of this spruce and fir is 60 to 100 years old. So a lot of it has reached its life expectancy. So it's a good thing we are harvesting it when we are, because it's starting to rot. And I believe this is the clump that we're standing in right here. Had a lot of blowdowns, and when it gets blown down, it's just kind of like toothpicks, like toppled on top of each other. You really can't do anything in there. You can't even walk. So to get it cleaned up is nice. So this property, a lot of it was clear cut 30 to 40 years ago. So the stuff that we are harvesting right now is the stuff that was left behind from when they clear cut. So like this cedar, you can see that's all rotted. So that would have blown down a little bit. The whole center of it's out. It's not good for any lumber, but they will put it through the chipper, chip it. And if you guys haven't seen some of our other videos on the logging, when they've been here working, we've been doing some of the videos, and we'll show the whole process, but they'll chip it all up. So if you guys want to see that, I'll put a link to one of those videos down below. But they'll chip it all up, and then those chips go off to, there's a couple of local power plants around here that burn wood chips to make electricity. And then the pulp wood, the logs that get sent for pulp, that goes to a paper mill company, and they take the pulp wood and they chip it themselves and turn it into making paper. Spruce and fir goes to a local company, and they make like 2x4s, 2x6s, strapping, all that kind of stuff. And they sell the other stuff for firewood, and then the pine goes for making pine boards. And if they have any good hardwood, they'll sell that for high quality hardwood prices. So if they want to make like veneer for plywood or boards for making furniture, just depending on the quality of the logs, depends on what it can be sold for. Well, we haven't seen any of the deer that we keep getting told that are out here, but I am seeing tons of sign. So the deer have been walking over here. Look at all the tracks. They love it when these trees are cut down, because they'll come in and they'll eat off of the tops. It makes for easy food for them. Right here. one up there. There it goes.
Oh, I can't see it. I mean, I can see it.
So there's 2 deer just in that clump, eating the tops off the trees that they have cut. So when the spruce and fir reach their life expectancy, that's what happens. They just rot out.